Hello, and welcome to Commissioner Car. My name's Dustin Zarni, and today is Tuesday. It is September 27th, one day past my 50th birthday. And so happy birthday to me. I've made it this long, and it's been a wonderful 50 years. I'm looking forward to hopefully another 50 years, at least. But that is not why you come to Commissioner in a Car. You came to hear about absentees, because this week, is the week that absentees are going out for the general election. This is our first wave of voting that is happening today and tomorrow and every day going until the general election on November 8th. So in the Onondaga County Board of Elections, we've sent out about 8,500 absentees over the last few days. We're going to get our final batch out tomorrow to catch up, and then we'll be sending out absentees every day as requests come in. So we've had 8,500 requests so far. We're getting a couple hundred every day. So we expect to be anywhere from 15 to 16,000 absentees by the end of the general election, which is definitely much shorter than the 60,000 absentees that we got in 2020, but much higher than what we got in 2018, which was about 12,000 absentees. So those are the numbers that we're looking at, and to see what is going to happen over the next few weeks. So if you have requested an absentee, now is the time to be looking at your mailbox, because you will get those within the next few days. If you don't get it by Monday, you should call our office at 315-435-VOTE, because as long as you're not, many states away, you should get your absentee by Monday if you've already requested it. Going forward, if you request an absentee ballot, we have to send it out within 4 days. Usually we do it the next day. And we will get those rolling out to you. So if you make an absentee ballot request, you should get an absentee within a week of making that request. We have until August 15th August 24th to request an absentee ballot here for this general election, because again, you have to do at least 2 weeks before, 15 days before the general election, to request it for us to be guaranteed to mail out an absentee ballot for you. And since it does take a little while to travel by mail, and you have to mail those absentees back by election day, it's only practicable that you need to request it by mail on August 15th. And of course, it's easier than ever to request absentees. You can go to our website, onvote.net, and fill out a form, the HTML form that will, you can just get that to us. We'll get that within the next day and get it out as soon as possible. It's the quickest way for you to get an absentee. You can also print off a form, and we will and mail it into us, or you can give us a call and we can mail you a form and with a postage paid returned envelope. And also, all absentees have postage paid return envelopes as well, whether you filled it out online or sent it in yourself or called it in. So that is, we will be sending you return envelopes with your absentee that you can just put it right in the mailbox and send it back to us. So this week is all about absentee balloting and getting ready for absentee balloting. Again, 8,500 absentees are going out over the next 3 days. All of them will be out by tomorrow. We'll be caught up and then be sending out daily as we get applications. You need to, if you're requesting an absentee, I would do it now. And remember, if you request an absentee and we mail one to you, that means you cannot go to the polling place and vote on the machine anymore. You have to vote by absentee, or if you don't get your absentee, you can go to the polling place and vote by affidavit ballot, whether it's early voting or election day voting. So it's important to remember this. If you're requesting absentee, you're really making a choice. This is how you're going to vote this year. And if you don't get that absentee within a week of request, call us so we can get another one out to you, see if there's a problem. And finally, if your absentee comes back to us and there's a problem, we will call you, email you, and also mail you what's called a cure form. That means, like, maybe we've had things where the husband and wife signed each other's ballot. We have to send them a cure form so we can accept it as, that they just made a mistake. These are the kind of things that will usually, in old days, would have thrown out the ballots. But because we have this cure form, we have an opportunity for you, the voter, to cure any mistakes you made. So be on the lookout for that. If we call you or email you telling you that we're sending you a cure form, you have to get that back to us, in a certain allotted period of time. I think it's 10 days, or election day. We have to get it back, or 7 days after election day if we mail out the cure after election day. So these are the things that you need to be aware of that are coming your way. Now, David has a couple questions in the chat, as he always does. My good friend David, working at the Board of Elections, he always has great questions. Will the legislature pass another bill to extend the COVID excuse? I don't know what the legislature is going to do. I'm focused on this year, but that is a good reminder that the COVID excuse is still valid for the 2021 or 2022 elections. So if you feel like voting by mail, you don't have to use any other excuse. You use the temporary illness excuse, which is reducing the spread of pandemic disease. You can still use that for 2022. Is there an absentee ballot tracker this year? There is supposed to be an absentee ballot tracker. The state board is running it. I'm not sure on how often that is updated. We have a state board call later this week, and I hope to get answers about that. But there will be a tracker to see whether we mailed you an absentee, whether we received your absentee, whether we've canvassed your absentee, or whether we've rejected it and you have to do a cure. So all of that should be in the tracker. We will have to see how that goes. We're waiting for the state to give us the data on that. They're the ones who run it, not us, at the local boards. So that is everything that you need to know about absentee balloting. They're going out. If you request it, you should get it within a week. If you don't get it, give us a call. If for some reason you should mail it back right away, but you have until election day to mail it back. You have until October 24th to request an absentee ballot by mail. You can do it in person after that, or online by October 24th. And if for some reason that you mess up on your absentee ballot, we'll send you a cure, and you can fill out the cure. And that cure will, make any mistakes that you made valid and allow your ballot to count. So that's absentee balloting. And again, we count those as they come in. And if you request an absentee, you will not be able to vote on the machines on election day. You have to vote by affidavit, or early voting, you have to vote by affidavit. So keep that in mind. Once you request, that is how you're voting this year. And if you don't receive it or don't return it, you still have an opportunity to do an affidavit, but you should receive or return the absentee. That is how most people will vote if they request by absentee. So going on this week, I was on Capitol Press Room today, the statewide political show, talking about the increased tensions at polling places. Tune in for that. I'll be sharing that on my social media later today, or probably tomorrow. And then also, I will be on my Zoom with Zarni this week. Will be who is it? Oh yeah, that's right. It is. It's Fran Canole, congressional candidate. That will be going up on Thursday for my Zoom with Zarni. And then I also tomorrow should be posting my testimony for the budget hearings that we had last week with the Onondaga County Board of Elections. That'll be going on my website. And this weekend, the Weekly Wonk, we'll be taking our final look back at the primary election in August, about overall turnout and how it worked. And then we will do a few more weekly wonks until the general election. We're less than 40 days away at this point. And we will be looking at still in the queue to do before Election Day is Senate Districts 48 and 50 and the towns of Pompey and DeWitt and Manlius I'm going to try to get all 5 of them done before Election Day, and I believe I have just enough weekends to get all of that done. So tune in, and David, you're asking me about something in another state that I have nothing know about. Again, the last question coming from David. I was about to wrap up, but he gets one more question in. Can you comment on the investigation of the voter fraud task force in states like Texas, Arizona, and Florida that have spent millions and not really found much voter fraud? That's the comment. They've spent millions. They have not been able to prove their case of voter fraud. Those millions of dollars would have been better spent in voter education and turn out voters. It's taxpayer money used to propagate a lie. That's what it is, and we all know it. So make sure that if you are, if you're hearing about all this stuff, know that that's what it is. This is political, investigations. And by the way, they've never been able to prove their allegations of voter fraud. So, it's a lot easier to win elections when you just win more votes instead of trying to prove the other side was illegal. That's what I have to say about that. Okay, so I'm going to get going. Again, lots of stuff going on. Stay tuned, and thank you to all of you who followed my birthday post about donating to the lawsuit. We were able to raise several $1,000s over the last week, and money is still coming in from those. I'm honored. I'm just thank you to all of you who have done that. We still need to raise more money, so if you haven't done that, check out those posts. Check out the link that I shared on my Facebook or on DustinZarny.com. You can see everything that's going on with the lawsuit and all of our paperwork, and see that this is our last chance to stop gerrymandering in Onondaga County. Is this lawsuit, and we are just citizens taking on Onondaga County so we can use as much small dollar donations as possible. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.